guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my previous video I talked about the reasons why moving to Canada is a good idea, the benefits of living in Canada as opposed to Nigeria. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the benefits of living in Nigeria, or the benefits that Nigeria as a country has, over Canada. Kindly keep on watching. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe, leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up. Like I said in my previous video, giving my video a thumbs up shows YouTube that you like this kind of content and they would recommend it to other people as well so that they can watch this video. Okay, so let's proceed. As Nigerian living in Canada, I think my number one reason why I think living in Canada is better is the food. You guys know that I'm a foodie. I love food and food makes me happy. You guys, lately I've been craving peppered snail and I've just been imagining how easy it is to just walk to a store or walk to that woman that lives close to my house or that cooks close to my house to go get peppered snail. It's not like here. Here, you only get snail, the snails that they sell here. Sorry, this is my own opinion. I'm sorry if it's hurting anyone's feelings, but the snail that they sell here is, it's not snail. For lack of a better term, it's not snail. It doesn't taste like snail. It just looks like snail. Like, it's not snail. It doesn't taste like snail at all. It doesn't even smell like it when you're cooking it. So nah, it's a no for me. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love my food to be in a certain way, and the snail that they make here, nah, it's not it. So yes, that is number one reason why that's number one reason I miss Nigeria. Peppered snail and all those roadside, you guys know all those roadside bole, all those roadside fried plantain, sorry, not fried plantain, roasted potatoes, those, and the sauce that is very spicy. So those ones, they're very nice, you guys. So that's one major reason why I think Nigeria is better. The food. If you're Nigerian and you love Nigerian food, maybe you should bring lots of food with you when you're coming. Another thing is, we bring food when we're coming from Nigeria, but the thing is, it is not fresh when it's not. Sometimes the food, you try to eat the food small so that it can last you a long time, so that you eat it little by little, so that before you go to Nigeria the next time you have enough food to eat. So it is not as fresh. We preserve it in the freezer. Yeah, quite alright. It tastes good, but it doesn't taste as fresh as opposed to if you're going to buy ugu from Ikotu market in Nigeria. It's not the same, or Oba market in Benin. It's not the same. So yes, for sure. And even when they say things like, oh, you buy natural hard chicken, the so-called hard chicken, personally, I think hard chicken is too oily for my liking. There is no reason why hard chicken should be that oily. You would think that the chicken that they sell in superstore is a lot oily. Guess what? The so-called hard chicken is the most oily kind of chicken, to be honest. I personally prefer to cook with a superstore chicken, the regular Costco and Walmart chicken, than to cook with the hard chicken. Yes, it tastes good, but it is not so healthy for you because there's so much oil that comes out of it. That's my own opinion anyways. And even the goat meat, we go out the closest thing to goat meat, the closest thing to our regular Nigerian goat meat is when you go to the farm to kill goats and all that good stuff. And personally, I think it is way too oily. I think they feed them with a lot of steroids, and it is way too oily for my liking. It is, in fact, it is unnecessarily oily. That's what I think. So yes, for sure, the food in Nigeria is perfect. It is one reason why I miss Nigeria. So the second reason why I think Nigeria is better. I feel like these things are not really talked about, and to me, I think they are important things to talk about. So I'm just going to say the second reason why I think Nigeria is better than Canada is the taxes. You pay a lot of taxes. Imagine you earn say for instance you earn $2,000 a month. That is your salary for the month. That is your income for the month. You might end up going home with 1600 or by 1600 1600 here. By 1600 I mean 1600. You might end up going home with 1600 because it is not easy. Like, it is, you pay so much money, and the good thing about it is you pay this much money and you're not just throwing them away, or the government is not just using them for their own consumption. They actually use it for roads, for, you know, they actually use it for good cause, for also your hospital, health sector too. It actually goes into, good goes into good use. Jeez, I can't speak. So yes, definitely there is an advantage to that. However, the money you work for, you don't go back home with everything. You pay taxes for everything. If you go to the store to get water, you have to pay taxes for it. If you buy anything, basically you have to pay taxes for it, except the fact that obviously, you buy something from like somebody like you, say you buy something from Facebook Market, or you buy something from Kijiji, those secondhand stuff, then you don't need to pay for taxes. But when you buy something from a store, it doesn't matter what the store is, you have to pay taxes, and taxes are not cheap, man. It feels like you're dashing the money out, but yes, taxes are not cheap. So that's one thing. In Nigeria, I think Nigerians pay taxes. I don't know, but definitely it's not as bad as Canada. Trust me, it is nothing compared to how much you pay in Canada. Now, the third reason why I think of I don't know why Nigerians feel like when you come to their blood, when you come to their abroad, their abroad, like, Canada, US, and all that, they feel like you pluck money from the trees. I don't know why, but people work their behind off to earn the little that they can. You, like, I feel like you literally have to work extra hours or have an extra job to pay for your regular bills and live like, a regular lifestyle. How much more now sending money back home all the time? It is hectic. You guys, please reduce your demands. Like, I can see somebody in Nigeria can be using iPhone 10, iPhone 11 Pro Max. Is it Pro Max? I be Pro whatever. You can be using that kind of phone, and here we're just using iPhone 6, and we're managing that because we have to pay our bills. We have to do one or two things. We have to pay for this, pay for that, and we have to live, our regular lifestyle, and everything. There is money, in everything. So yes, I think if you're that kind of person, that you're in Nigeria and you're always demanding, please pipe it down. Pipe it down. It is not easy to get a job here, and even when you get your job, it is not easy to continue. You guys, please be nice to people, okay? I've lost count. So the next reason is, if you're coming to Canada from Nigeria and you're going to school, you pay a lot of money. A lot of money. Personally, for me, I'm a permanent resident. So what permanent residency is, it means I basically live here, and in a couple of years, when you get your permanent residency, in a couple of years you can be a citizen of that country. So I'm a permanent resident. I am not an international student. However, international students pay a whooping 3 times how much we pay as permanent residents. So international student is if you just come from Nigeria without any any like if you come to Canada with your study permit, then you're an international student. It's because that's your, basically you're supposed to be a student here, and that's your visa, that's your everything, your the reason why you're here. So people that are international students, they pay lots of money to just be a student. They pay a lot to yeah, they pay lots of money, and it is, I feel like it's very uncalled for. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, that is another reason why it is better stay in your country and not have to pay lots of money. Okay, and now the other reason is you have to be extra careful. You have to be extra careful. If you make the littlest mistake you have, the littlest mistake you make can put you in trouble. Like, little things can put you in trouble. Like, for example, you're filling a form and you feel the wrong thing and they put it into the system. It can be very hard. You might have to pay lots of money to get to change that thing, especially when it has been put in their system. Another thing is, I'm trying to think of another example. Yeah, for example, if you lose your ID card, you have to pay money to get another ID card. So like these little things that happens every day, you have to pay money for it. So the littlest things can put you in trouble, and those are even little things. Like, those are even like minor things. There are more things that can even land you in jail, and without you even knowing about it, it could land you in jail. So you have to be extra careful when you're living in a country like this, as opposed to Nigeria, where you can live your life, freely. Yeah, you really have to, in Canada, be very careful. So the other reason why I would rather stay in Nigeria if I have the opportunity to, or if I have everything I want, is the fact that here you have to work a lot. You literally have to work a lot to earn, to live. I'm trying to look for a good word now, but you have to work and work and work to live a regular life, to live, I don't know, apart from paying your bills. I feel like the example I gave of $2,000 earlier, when you pay your taxes and all that, you have 1,600, or depends on your job, to be honest. You could even get 1,400 left, or 1,200, depends on how much they take for taxes, right? So if you get 1,200 back during, like, get 1,200 back, you have to pay your house rent. You have to pay your rent, you have to pay for light, for water, for, when I say light, I mean electricity, for heat. You have to pay your car payment, insurance. That's very important. Car insurance, it could land you in jail too if you don't have that, or you can be highly fined for it. So yes, those are like important things that we pay a lot of money here. So yes, that is very important. And the other example I gave about the little things you do can put you in trouble, things as little as, okay, the speed limit in this zone is 60, right? I think you can go 10 kilometers above the speed limit. So if you go 71 and the cops catch you, they will pull you over, maybe, depends, they will give you a ticket, and you have to pay lots of money for that. If you continue to get ticket upon ticket upon ticket, even if it's just 1 kilometers above, you're going to be having lots of demerit points. And demerit point is, when you get a particular amount of demerit points, they will seize your license. And without license in this city, Grand Prairie, where I live in, without a car, you can hardly do some jobs. So it is very important that you're careful about everything. And yes, you're careful about everything, because the littlest things could land you in trouble. Okay, Okay, you know how in Nigeria you can just walk into a store, count money, and buy something. In Canada, it is pretty hard to just bring out like a whole bunch of money and pay upfront. Some people do it, but most people cannot afford it. For example, phones. People finance phones. Personally, I'm using iPhone 11 right now, but the phone I was using before, that was iPhone 8s, iPhone 8 Plus, I paid for it with 2 years. I paid for it with 2 years. Um, that's because someone like me, a student like me, I cannot afford an iPhone. I cannot afford to pay the iPhone upfront, so I really have to, you know, pay for it with 2 years. Yeah, that is definitely something. In Nigeria, you just walk into a store, and if you have the money, you pay for it. But here, no, they give you the opportunity to pay it for years. Most people don't have the money to pay for phone upfront. Most people, and yes, I mean it, most people do not have the money to pay for phones upfront. So we pay it with an extended number of years. For 2 years mostly is what we pay for it with. We pay for it in 2 years. There's always a 2 year plan for every phone that you want to buy. Sometimes you get it even at $0 if you want to buy like maybe an older version of a phone. You can get it for $0 upfront, but you pay for it every month up until 2 years. So that's one. Another thing is for houses, you don't just pay. Most people, I don't know if there is anybody safe that even pays for a house upfront, because I feel like the police will start investigating you, because it is hard to just count money and pay for a house upfront. People pay mortgages for years and years and years and years to come, and years. People pay mortgages for a very long time, and believe me, it is not easy, because already your monthly expenses are already eating up your money, and you don't want to just count money. I don't think anybody has that much money, to be honest. Well, I don't think most people have that much money to just pay upfront for a house, okay? And even for a phone, for a car. Most people here buy second-hand cars. That's what most people do. However, if you want to buy a new car upfront, you pay for it every month until, like, depending on your pocket, it could be until 5 years, it could be until 7 years. They break the money down for you so that you're paying every month, and it is adding up, and then at the end of 5 or 7 years the car is yours, as opposed to Nigeria, where people just go and buy two cars for other people. Like, you just go and buy a car for someone. No, it is not that easy here. If you want to buy a new car upfront, and even used cars, to be honest, depending on how expensive it is, people use years to pay for it instrumentally, so that at the end of their pay tenure, the car is theirs. Okay, so I think it's car, house, and phones. These are the major things that people pay for instrumentally. But there are other things that people pay for, like televisions, couches, your regular couch that you sit on. People pay for it. They finance that as well. Your dining set, they finance that as well, and some other stuff like that. So yes, for sure, you use whopping years to pay for your stuff. That is for sure. Another reason why I think Nigeria is better is because in Nigeria, you can just go to your uncle and your auntie, or maybe if you're in your house and they come visit, they will give you something. When they're going, they'll give you something like, take this 5k, this little money here and there, and then you add it up, right? And if you save them, it could be something big at the end of the year or something, or whatever. But you have, this little money that your uncle, your auntie, your this and that give to you. Switch back to reality. In Canada, nobody's going to give you any money. You work hard for your money. Everybody works hard for their money. That's it. That's very, very important that everybody knows that they work hard for their money. You work hard for your money. Everybody works hard for their money. It is rarely that you see uncles give you money. They might give you food, they might give you this and that, but for money, money doesn't come by easily in this part of the world. You have to actually hustle to get money and to be financially stable. So yes, for sure, they're not just going to give you the money that they work for. So for sure, uncles and aunties don't just give you money. In this part of the world, when you are, I think it's 14 or 15 years, you are eligible to work. So you start working, you start getting your money at 15. You have to, like, most parents allow their children at 15 to start working, to get to at least a little bit of financial stability, so that they are able to save money. They're able to know how hard it is to get money. You actually work for it. You don't just get it, you earn it. You have to work for it to earn it. So yes, that is definitely something that I think is a disadvantage. And that's, I feel like most of the things I've talked about today, they also have their advantages, here and there. They also have their own advantages. But yes, these are things that we enjoy in Nigeria that we usually do not really enjoy here. But yes, they are for sure. And then I'm going to give, there's two more. One more is neighbors. In this part of the world, everybody is doing their own thing. You go to work, you come back, you enter your house. That's how they do things here. Everybody do your own thing. Personally, I don't even know my neighbors. If I see them outside, I don't even know them. Most people do their things. You don't know your next door neighbors. As opposed to Nigeria, that you can go and borrow pots. The pots that you used to cook, you can just quickly go and borrow it from your neighbor. Here, no, everybody is doing their own thing. Yes, people are friendly. They might see me outside and say hi. They might see me outside and smile to me. But we don't have that relationship with our neighbors where everybody is being focused on what they're being focused on. Okay? That is definitely something. And the last one, I'm just going to give a silly one for the last one. It's silly, but it is silly, but it's actually true. Which is the fact that you cannot price things. When you go to a store, if you see something is $5, it is $5. Nothing is going to reduce that price. It is a fixed price, and that's it. It is $5. The only time it is reduced is if there is a sale going on, or yeah, that's it. That's the only reason that the price will be reduced. And it is not you wanting the price to reduce, but it is actually what it is at the time. So yes, for sure, pricing things, you go to a store and you buy things the way it is, that's final. So yes, that is definitely something that I enjoy in Nigeria. I can just go to a market in Nigeria and just buy something for however, in Canada you cannot do that. You can in Nigeria, you can go to a store and be like, madam, not be 20 naira, 15 naira. Even sometimes the way people price in Nigeria, I'll just be like, somebody will see something is 2,000, you will ask the person not be 700, and at the end of the day you go home with that thing buying it for 800. Like, how do you even do that? How? I wish in Canada you see $5, you buy it for $5, and that's it. If you don't want to buy for $5, you walk out of the store. That's all that happens. If you're still watching my video and you're not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to this channel. I promise to bring more awesome content to you guys. And yes, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section what you think about the points I made. Do you think that the points I made are not disadvantages? Do you think there are more of advantages than disadvantages? Or do you think there are more points that we should talk about? Let's continue this conversation or the discussion in the comment section. Leave your comments and I promise to reply you as fast as I can. Okay? So, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.